Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I'm going to share with you a little story, um, and hopefully it resonates with you a little bit with me. I woke up this morning in really rough shape. I really wanted this quarantine to be over with. I wanted life to get back to normal, and frankly, I just was struggling. I was looking for somebody to help lift me up, and I spent the first, couple hours just, gosh, what is going to go on? What is happening? Just really struggling. And I remembered a time back in my life. Actually, I've had these multiple times, but the one that most recent with me is back when I was in Chimbote in the mission trip. I was sick for about most of the trip, just like about half of the people that went along with me. We had stomach issues. Either we got some water in our system, E. coli or whatnot, but we were just sick. Well, there's about a 36-hour period during that whole trip, during the sickness, and I was just like, I'm done. Just want to pack up, go home, forget about this whole thing, and get on with my life. And I was waiting for somebody to pick me up. I was really waiting for somebody to just give me a pat on the back and say, there, Steve, it's going to be okay. I'll help you through this. I'll help get you through this. And as I was waiting for that person to pick me up or tap me on the back or give me that condolence that it's going to be okay, I was realizing that it wasn't just me who was going through this, it was everybody else. And for me to perspire, to move on, to get ahead of this, I need to do it myself. So I did. So I looked at in the past and started pushing on towards the future and looking towards that goal. And eventually I got through the trip. It was a wonderful experience, and and as tough as mentally and physically it was, I can't wait to go back and do it again. But I share that story with you because the same thing happened to me again this morning. I had that why me moment. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Why am I in this quarantine? Why can't somebody just give me a pat in the back and there and say it's going to be okay? And no one did. And my wife patted me on the back and said, are you okay? Which was lovely. But I think that pat helped me realize that we're all in this together. We're all in the same spot of being quarantined or doing something different. And we might see other people not following the rules, but it's up to us to be mentally strong and keep pushing ahead, keep fighting for that end goal in head. So that said in mind, I had a goal this week. My goal this week physically was to run 7 miles. Each week I've been creeping up a half a mile. And last week I did 6.5. This week I want to do 7. And honestly, I was a day behind my goal of doing it. I was trying to get to that every Wednesday to hit that goal. So what happened? I realized that this is on me to keep moving forward, to be mentally strong, to be mentally tough. Because of that, as soon as I realized that, put on workout clothes and went running. I did 7.1 miles this morning. And it was tough. That last mile and a half was brutal. I was slow. It was mentally draining. My legs are still a little shaky from it, but I did it. And I know that I can continue to do it. It's a mental challenge almost to keep pushing ahead, to keep aspiring towards greatness. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have clicked off by now, but the few that have still listened to this movie to the end, first, thank you. And I'm curious to know, what are you doing to keep your mental fortitude during this time? What are you doing to keep pushing ahead? How are you getting through this tough time, as we all are? We're all in this together. And as we sit on the eve of Good Friday, it's time to take a lot of good reflection and to be thankful for, our lives and our beings and for being here today, and to realize that, there's a greater being out there that is helping us get through this. So that's all I had today. If you spent the time to listen to this entire message, thank you. And I'd love to hear in your comments of what are you doing to stay mentally strong, mentally tough during this really difficult time. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.